Okay, so my name is Kendall Conrad, and I am also a first-year writing student with Professor Pisano's class, and my topic is homelessness and healthcare. And the reason I chose this topic was not because I've ever been affected by homelessness myself, but we all live in Asheville at this point, and we've all at some point seen a homeless person on the street. It's inevitable in Asheville. And I myself have lived without health care before, and I know that is extremely stressful. It really impacts your lives, and it just makes you unhappy in general. So when I was forming my research, a few questions came to mind, such as what affordable or free healthcare options were available in Asheville and how accessible those options are to homeless people. And then I also wanted to explore what diseases and conditions were most common among homeless people. Through my research, I discovered that access to healthcare is really, really important in ending the cycle of homelessness, bettering the lives of homeless people, and ultimately making them happy and getting them off the streets. So I just wanted to define the 3 types of homelessness there are to help you better understand. So chronic homelessness is a person who has been homeless continuously for more than 5 years, so they're in a really tough spot and they don't know how to get out of that cycle. Episodic homelessness is entering and leaving homelessness repeatedly, and transitional homelessness is a person's first or second episode of homelessness. When it's transitional homelessness, it is usually pretty easy for the person to get back on their feet and get back into housing. So some potential causes of homelessness are a lack of a permanent job. If you don't have a permanent job, you can't pay your bills. And if you can't pay your bills, you're ultimately going to be foreclosed on or evicted. It could be a person who's recently been released from jail or prison and can't find housing. Somebody with an untreated drug problem that gets out of hand and forces them to lose their job. A person suffering from mental illness, which 25% of homeless people suffer from mental illness. When you have mental illness, it's really hard to keep a job. It's really hard to live life sometimes. It could be a person who's a veteran and also has a mental illness, or it could just be poor health, which I'm gonna explain more. So back to that poor health, some common diseases among the homeless are heart disease, liver disease, kidney disease, skin infections from living on the street, HIV/AIDS from unprotected sex and shared needles, pneumonia and tuberculosis just from living outside. And when you have these diseases and you don't have health care, it's very hard to get treatment and you just get sicker. So I have a video, and it's from a homeless person named Chris and Derek Toll of A-Hope, and I actually interviewed Derek during my research, and what they say in the video is actually really interesting, and I thought it would give a unique perspective because he lives in Asheville.
It's not too far of a stretch to say that A-Hope has saved my life. They basically helped keep me alive, and A-Hope has saved me from myself.
Do you want to start?
Well, we actually met on not the most best of circumstances. I was having a bad time.
Yeah, it seemed like you were having a real rough time because you had just spent the whole winter living in a tent, right?
Yeah.
And the frustration was building probably for many months, if not years. And you reached a boiling point, right?
Yeah.
So what was it about A-Hope that was helpful to you when you were on the streets?
What was very helpful for me was knowing that even if it wasn't under the best of circumstances, I had a place to go get a shower, a place to get coffee in the morning, get mail there if I needed mail, and access to phones. It was just, it was just nice to be able to have a place like that to go to instead of just sitting out in my tent all day. Mm-hmm. And if I needed somebody to talk to, the staff was always there to talk to as well. And that was a big help.
I'm glad that we were able to help.
Okay, so I just wanted to show you a little bit of that video, but that concludes my presentation. So are there any questions? Okay.
Do we know what caused Chris's homelessness?
No, he never says in the video, but all it says is that he lived in Asheville and he just ended up being homeless for a while. Okay. Yes.
How many people a year does A-Hope help?
What?
How many people a year does A-Hope help?
I'm not sure. They didn't have any like specific numbers. It was really hard for me to find numbers specifically for Asheville for homeless people, but I do know that they work every day and they have a lot of different programs available. Okay, thank you.